there's more lights coming in through the blinds, but whatever. Just wanted to get the monthly ramble up, not being a specific ramble, just a ramble about all kind of things. Not much new to report. I actually checked Craigslist this the other day for any garage sales on Long Island this weekend, just to see, but there was none. Well, none in the towns I searched. I'm hoping early April, maybe even late March, if we get a nice warm run of weather or days, that maybe some people will have them. I don't know, so we'll find out about that. But in a couple of weeks, I think last year before the lockdown hit, the original lockdown, I don't know what we're really in here now. I hit one it was like, I don't know, like March 8th or something. It was early. Or maybe it was a week after, I don't know, but I didn't get anything, but I was like, oh nice, and then all of a sudden things turned, and I didn't get back to one until I think mid-June. So, lost about 6 weeks. Still ended up getting to a decent amount though, and getting some pretty good stuff. I mean, my first season out in Islip, learned the layout of the town and stuff, and I still ended up getting to a decent amount and picked up some good things like I was using this as my tapping video. The Octopath Traveler thing, $5. It's got everything in it. The Wayfarer Edition stuff. I came across the Star Wars original trilogy soundtracks on CD. There's Ghost Hunter and Cold Fear, the big hits. With those PS2 games I got a couple of Wii Sports. I got a Game Boy Advance, obviously for $5. That was a good deal, obviously. Some PS3 controllers, PS2 controllers as well. So, it was an alright season, all things considered, for a first one. I'm hoping this season is better, 2021. Better spring, summer, and fall for the sales. Mainly in that, I hope there's more. I haven't been watching, but I finished watching that movie, The Ritual, on Netflix. I started when we went to Canada in 2018. I started watching it where we were staying, Airbnb, and then I stopped, and then we watched it again the other night, finally finished it. Really cool movie. The creature god type thing is really interesting looking for sure. It's a really cool design on that. I don't know if that's based off of anything or not. Actual stuff, but pretty cool movie about these four British guys go to kind of hike in I think it's Sweden, because their friend is killed in a robbery, and he wanted to go hiking. That was the trip they were going to do, so they decided to honor it. And they tried to take a shortcut through the woods, and this crazy stuff starts happening, but pretty cool. We watched another escape room type movie too last weekend. It was called No Escape Room. It must have been a sci-fi original because it had the sci-fi logo on it. It wasn't that bad. It had a little bit of a better ending, which was kind of cool. A lot of those escape room movies share kind of similar endings. That one that came out in the theater, and God, was that 2018 too? I want to say it was 2018. Maybe it wasn't. It was pretty cool. That was an interesting one for sure. I hope they make a second one, because that was like a weird one. If anyone's ever seen it, I won't spoil it. Not really watching any shows. My friend was telling me about that show Banshee. He said it was good. It's got the guy from The Boys who plays Homelander in it. I forget his name. It might be Mike Starr, actually. I think that might be his name. It's the same name as the late Alice in Chains bassist. The Alice in Chains first bassist was named Mike Starr, I'm pretty sure. He passed away though, I don't know when. I think he did. I could be wrong. Maybe I'll check that out. What else? What else has been going on? Taking a lot of walks, been dropping some weight. I haven't cut out the soda completely. I have gotten, some soda here and there, but I don't drink it nearly as much. And I take a lot of walks now, so I've been dropping some pounds, which is cool. That's my surefire way to always lose weight, is just cut out soda and walk a lot, lift some weights. Well, it's not really helping me lose weight, but that was always a surefire way to do it. I haven't been eating as many snacks either, so that helps. What else? I'll be doing probably a game pickups video maybe in mid-March. I'll probably do what I've been playing next week. Admittedly, I haven't been playing a ton of stuff, so what else? Just continue to hammer out the videos. I feel like I'm getting a little burned out, but it's weird. Like, I feel burned out, but I want to keep putting up like a lot of videos, so I'm in this like weird spot. I plan on doing an updated Xbox One collection video for 2021 next month. I mean maybe next week. Who knows? I don't hold me to that. But the last time I showed that, I want to say it was part of the full video game collection, but I've gotten, some of the gifts from you guys and other games as well that I've picked up. I haven't gotten any Xbox One games in a bit, and there's none I really want until Resident Evil Village comes out. That'll probably be the next one I get. I'm interested in Far Cry 6 as well. I think I said that in the other thing. I need to look into the Biomutant, and there's a few other games that come out after Village, but Resident Evil Village is the game I want for sure. I'm so glad it came out, because I honestly thought that wouldn't be coming out till 2022, and then they had that whatever they released the trailer and stuff, or the newer trailer, and they're like, yeah, it's coming out in May 2021. I was like, holy shit. Well, so that's really cool. Because I love 7. This has the same guy from 7, I believe, and it's first person again, so definitely cool stuff right there. This is another thing I was tapping on. I'm going to open this right now. A little impromptu, spontaneous, I should say, unwrapping. It's Chrono Cross for the PlayStation. I was saying in the tapping video, I filmed before this, which is going to go up before this video. This game came out in 2000, it says. Now they must have released this, because the Greatest Hits re-release probably came out maybe even 2 years later, because I'm pretty sure Square Enix was not merged yet at that point. Square was just Squaresoft and Enix was just Enix at that point. I'm pretty sure it was after Final Fantasy X. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy X was just Squaresoft. And I'm pretty sure it's Enix that absorbed Square. So Enix made a lot. Enix made ActRaiser, which is fucking amazing. I don't know if they were responsible for the Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest games. They might have been, but they had a lot of RPGs on the Super Nintendo that I don't believe even came out here, to be honest with you. But they had ActRaiser 2. But yeah, I think that must have come out a little bit either. Manual there. Kind of cool. Opening games from like almost 20 years ago. 2 discs. If anybody's played this, let me know how it is. I said I never played the original Chrono Trigger either. I want to say that came out in 95 on Super Nintendo. I do actually have that on my wish list. It's the Final Fantasy IV Chrono Trigger compilation on the PlayStation. But I kind of want to play this actually. I've seen enough gameplay of Chrono Trigger and stuff to know like everybody loves it. But that came out in 95. I think I mentioned in my in the Come True questions and answers video that I still was playing games, but I wasn't getting any new games for like a year or 2 or 3 before I got the N64. I want to say the last game I got was like NBA Live 95. Might have been the last one I got for Super Nintendo. But like during its actual run, not like later on. But that was, I had gotten Super Nintendos after that. It's funny too because I want to say it was 2001. Like I said, this was before the game craze boom, like the retro boom hit where people all of a sudden were like, oh my god, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, TurboGrafx, like people just like, if you wanted to collect games, and I kind of sucks, hindsight's 2020 or whatever, but man, if I was hitting garage sales in like the early 2000s and going to flea markets, like you could have, people like they had to like pay you to take NES games and shit, like it was nuts, but I just had no interest in getting into that shit. In 2001, I picked up, it was actually at a retro game store, or just a game store in general. It was over by the Massapequa High School. I don't know what's in its place. It might be a hairdresser. Actually, it might be a Chinese food place. I don't know. But it was right over there, like right next to the high school. And in 2001, or it might have been early 02, I went in there and I got a Super Nintendo and Royal Rumble. You got a free game with it. It was between Royal Rumble and Mystic Quest, which I probably should have got Mystic Quest. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, but I got Royal Rumble because I remember playing as a kid and really liking it. $20. $20 for the system and the game. I mean, the game is probably closer to 20 now on its own. It's not a fairly expensive game, but Super NES is probably sell for like close to 100. So, over 20 years almost. In reality, it hasn't gained a ton of value, but you look back and you're like, damn. Because I think I got it again because I wanted to play Final Fantasy 3, which I still had my copy of at the time. On top of a few other games, Link to the Past, some sport games. A couple other games I still had. But that was fun. But then the boom took place. Maybe I'll talk about it in my next video game ramble. I'll kind of briefly talk about it here as well. Even in 09. Well, actually, before that, because 06, I was selling stuff on eBay. I first started selling stuff in 06. And I think I sold Mario, like I sold under my friend's account for a bit because I wanted to get used to it and stuff. He's like, yeah, sure, if you want to list some stuff, just come over, He mailed it for me and stuff too. It was really nice of him, and I ended up, after I went on and started listing on my own account, I gave him some stuff, which I kind of regretted. But at the time, it didn't have that much value. I gave him like 5 NES games, like a strategy guide for Ocarina of Time, I believe. Some G.I. Joe file cards, I believe in some micro machines. I was like, here's some stuff, you can sell it. And he did. And in July of 06, that was April of 06, and then July of 06, I sold my first thing on my own account, because you had to link your PayPal to was Mario Golf was my first sale, and I didn't sell for that much, and that game probably sells for $30 more, maybe $20 more now. But you could still do well selling video games back then. You can do even better now if you get them at good deals, obviously. But and then it was crazy because you could still hit stuff at garage sales even then, and then by '09 you could still get stuff, but more people were looking for it, and then maybe but the boom was already hitting by '09, and then by 10 or 11, 12, it was crazy. Because even in '09, I got a complete copy of Shadow Dancer for the Genesis for $10. That's selling for $35, $40 now. Which once again, but that probably hit that $35 peak in 2013 or 14. A couple of years after, and it kind of stayed the same. Maybe it's going for a little more now, but it was crazy. '09, you could still collect, no problem. And then now it's you can still find a lot of games for cheap, but garage sales are a real place you want to go. The plus is there's a ton of retro stores, even though some of the prices can be a little, I hate to say eBay-ish, because like I said, I hate that everybody follows. eBay shouldn't be the gold standard for what something sells for, but some places sell for the same as eBay or around. Some sell under, some sell over. But it's still cool to have those stores, especially on Long Island. I guess in other places, different Long Island, there are a lot of them, and you can get to most of them fairly quite quickly. And that's kind of cool. I mean, sometimes you're gonna be spending some coin, but you can still get some cheap games for sure. I mean, I did, a couple of weekends ago, but maybe I'll discuss that kind of stuff more a little bit in my next video game ramble video. But you kind of kicking yourself. Not that I would have known, but anyway. But and I kind of didn't care until I got that Super Nintendo, and I kind of only got that Super Nintendo again because I kind of wanted to play Final Fantasy 3 again because I love the game. Or 6 in Japan, 3 here. And although it's released as its actual 6 on the Game Boy Advance and shit, and the PlayStation anthologies there. Anyway, but it's if I just screw it, I want to go full bore on this shit. I mean, I could have been getting, like I said, I think I said this in my other video game ramble. I sold fucking. You gotta remember, sorry, real quick. I'll talk about this more in the other video too. In 2001, even in '02, right after the Xbox and the Cube came out, most of '02, they still had NES in Fungoland, GameStop, EB, all the names they had, Babbage's. For this fucking same store. They were still selling NES games. Genesis, you could get Conkers for $5, on the N64. And that's, right after, because that's what usually happens. It's not happening as much now, but games would hit that, and they'd want to get rid of them, and then they skyrocketed, man. It was a boom. I don't really know how it happened. I think a lot of people my age, a bit younger, a bit older than me, and younger than me, that gap, maybe that 10-year gap. We'll say actually I'll say even, because I wasn't that old, and we'll say in '01 when I get actually I'm sorry, when the boom happens in maybe '06, '07, where it starts to creep in. I'm 26, 27, 28 years old, so I think a lot of people, maybe a few years younger, but older than me even too, 35, 40 at that point, maybe wanted to play this shit again, and it was cheap. And then, wow, it exploded. But I had no interest in any kind of NES stuff or anything like that, because I was playing N64, and then I had the Cube Xbox, and I was PS2, I was I don't care about the other stuff. And but you still come across that stuff at garage sales. I have since then. So, and you see it change at garage sales, because I'll still see the retro older stuff, but now you're going to start to see original PlayStation N64, which I also saw 10 years ago as well. But you'll see more of that, I feel, because people's parents and stuff are cleaning out those attics and shit in their kids' games. So let's get rid of them, But repeat some of this stuff in my next video game Ramble video. It's cold out today. It's supposed to hit the 60s next week, I think, or high 50s out here. 60s in the city. It's always colder out of the city, but yeah, that should be fun. I can't wait. I was like getting used to the cold weather again. I went through a snap where we were considering moving to Florida, and we almost did. We came close, but kind of better that we didn't, I guess, because my fiance could have landed a job. She ended up being like one of 3 people, but it didn't happen. And if we ended up down there, it could have been a problem with, you know, everything that ended up happening right after. But with the virus and whatnot. But you know, I was not dealing with the cold as much. I was like, oh, I really can't deal with the cold anymore for some reason. Like, I used to always walk in the freezing cold. I'd throw my Broncos jacket on, whatever. And last year, and now this year as well, although I'm starting to not, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go out and take a walk in the cold weather now, because I think it's getting closer to getting warmer out. But, you know, it was like -5. I was going out there in a Broncos jacket. I was windy. I was enjoying it again, getting used to it. But, and now slowly I'm like, no, I want the warm weather to come back. It's gonna be fun though, summer again, the barbecue and shit, hang out in the backyard. It's fun. Continue to film more videos. And I'll still do some 2-a-days every month. That was like kind of my plan moving forward. Maybe like 3 or 4 days a month, do 2-a-days depending. On how I'm feeling about stuff, videos and whatnot. I got a couple shady videos to film as well. I'll talk about. Oh wait, that was the last video I said that. God, because I'm filming back-to-back videos. I'm like, wait, what did I say? When did I say what? I'll film. I gotta film some shady videos still. I got a request for 2 that I gotta do. Like 2 that I know, and then there's a 3rd that I got. But the 2 first I gotta do. One, and I have to look up the person's name again because I gotta remember. It's involved like grabbing someone, kind of interrogating them type thing. And then one with like a shady, like kind of college type atmosphere, like a training class type thing. I don't know if people who watch those or pay attention to those videos, I'm kind of like veering it in a certain direction right now, which I'm kind of enjoying. Like the Shady Institute, kind of making it seem like they're not as good as it seemed and stuff like that. So I'll try to kind of figure that out more as I go along. You know, even in the request I got for the Shady Casino dealer, I kind of threw little hints in there as well. They kind of treat their people like crap, or what? Not like crap, but they're very like hands-on. They're trying to do certain things, create their own money and stuff. So they're fun to make, for sure. But yeah, I think I'll end that now. I gotta go to the bathroom. This gum is like worn out completely. But yeah.